Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I am bringing you some Napoleon Total War, and I'm just going to let you guys know there's going to be a lot of Napoleon coming soon. I don't actually have any Shogun footage at the moment. I'll work on getting that, but all of these battles except for this one, which I already showed, uh, I have not made videos yet, and these are all, since I saved them, worthy of that, and obviously I'm a fail at counting since I have 10 twice. And I also have three 3v3s. This one is one of them as well. You'll see why it's titled that later. But let's see. Today I wanted to show you this one. So this is going to be on Gallicanria against Lone Wolf and Infinitum. And I am playing as me, obviously. No, but as Russia. And my ally is once again Mike and Huge. And I am playing as Russia, as I just said. The thing with Russia is I wanted to play as them because I never do. I have before, but very rarely. But the thing is, their units have a lot less statistics, bonusing them than other of the big nations. Like France and everyone, they have better musketeers and everything. My musketeers have around 35 accuracy. The thing they excel at is in melee. And France's average is 45. And then Britain is the one nation I didn't want to play because their infantry is just the best. And I felt like my Russians would just get wrecked in a straight-on battle. So my opponent switched to Britain at the last second, obviously had a saved army when he saw I was Russia, so I am ending up fighting Britain, who have 50 accuracy against my 35, and better reload as well. And the reason I state that is just because of the fact that in a straight shootout, his men will mow me down. But my whole army here, I have several Russian Jaegers, 3 there, 1 there, and then 1 elite unit, 17th Jaeger Regiment over here on the right. This is a little flanking column, 2 musketeers, but the main component, I never ever really use horse artillery, and Mike and for some reason, this game, it glitched. My horse artillery spawned with only 3 guns. This gun has no people manning it, so when it actually spawns, I was handicapped already. And I was like, what? Why do I have 3 guns? But yeah, that one is never going to see action there. But we laugh when we fight someone with horse artillery and they try to duel our, say, 12-pound or foot artillery. That's not what it's for. It can hold up, but it is not as heavy of an artillery piece, not as accurate either. So its main thing is, of course, the horses, the mobility. So my plan was to move it with this flanking column and get on the flank of the British. And then Mike over here, he is bringing a Prussian army against a Prussian army, so that side's going to be very confusing. And the battle, although very close, was a lot more straightforward. Open line shooting, a little flank work. My side had a ton of very interesting stuff going on. So you can see right away here, all of my troops moving forward, got my skirmishers out in front. And Britain over here also had kind of a detached section of their army. So our 2 flanking columns are going to collide, although his happens to be a lot stronger than mine, 3 foot guards. And my whole strategy rested on me taking this flank. I can't really shift the other way because Prussia's there. So I had to take this, from my point of view, right flank. And the fact that he had 3 of Britain's best infantry units there did not really encourage me, along with all of his cavalry. So my musketeers are going to try to take on all of these foot guards, and I'll let you guys see how that goes. But remember, the key is the horse artillery, which once it unlimbers, it'll register as only 3 guns because, yeah, thank you, game, for screwing me out of an artillery unit. But right here, I had to run back my Jaeger regiment and form square. This guy just stalled me so that he could move closer in on these buildings, and charged his cavalry forward, and I am going to get my artillery out of there successfully as well. I turned them around right at the last second. You can see all this. This cavalry is going to go down. My cavalry is now coming over that I see all of his over there, except for this one unit of Uhlans resting in the woods here. And this central area, you can see there's kind of some gaps. My opponent has a lot more skirmishes, or skirmishers, sorry, there. This unit I ran back because of cavalry charging in, but soon it's going to be my 3 just here trying to look like more than they actually are, because I had to bring over a lifeguard foot to hope to actually beat all of these units with my flanking column. And so these Jaegers are going to come forward, act as kind of a meat shield and just some more accurate fire. And this guy, he is a fan of disrupting me, but I'm going to mow those cavalry down and then form a square, although my Jaegers are going to in fact take a hit because I was letting them fire and there's very few men there. And this guy's going to charge at my Jaegers once again, and now he realizes that his cavalry's trapped, so he's going to try to run out this way, but at this point it's too late and my cavalry is coming in to finish that off. The only thing this did allow him to do is get some volleys with his foot guards, which I am not returning, and these are the units that I need to kill. But now I've won this engagement over here. My Jaegers there not running. I should have had them running forward. And there goes one of my guns. So now I am down to 2 guns because these do not have any guys manning them. And I am going to go ahead and unlimber. But yeah, that unit there got shot up. But now I am going to have cannons on this ridge, very close range, and that was what I wanted. I am going to use canister shot on these guys to mow them down, and so that my musketeers can outfight these foot guards, I put them in the building along with this unit here, and he is in square because of my cavalry over there. I just forgot to move out of it. So all this shuffling is stopping him from firing, and I'm getting quite a few good shots on him. And my cavalry there in his lines. And they're going to go on and go down. I believe I have more cavalry here somewhere. I think that actually was it that I missed. No, here comes his foot unit. So soon, yeah, here comes some more cavalry in the front. I'm going to hit these light foot, which he overextended. Does not have his line guarding them, so I'm going to get a good charge off here with my cuirassier. And yeah, a ton of these guys are going to go down, being charged in the back. But I'm not going to stick around long for these foot to shoot me, so I'm going to move off this direction with my cavalry. And you can see there's kind of a skirmish going on here, except this guy's mainly shooting the hill. And I'm just trying to stall with this side of the line, since everything I'm concerned about is on this right flank. So you can see, although I would have had 3 guns, I have 2, thanks to no one spawning on that one. But canister shot here absolutely shredded this unit, which he sees the problem now and is withdrawing out range. Those 2 guys got a volley there. And now I am going to pack up my cannons and move up to this ridge, straight down the British flank, which is what I wanted. And there, those cuirassiers, they charged into the back of this unit. And now I am pulling them back to get another charge bonus here. And here they come again. Once again, right into the back of this unit here. And one guy just went flying, but that's pretty much going to rout them. Their morale is terrible now, and the fire from the front is just going to allow those guys to rout at very high number, 62. For Britain has excellent morale, so just kind of the outmaneuvering there. But I've now taken this building. You can see I've got my Jaegers down here pushed forward. My lifeguards actually survived through all of that. There's only 1 foot guard left. Still at 90 men though. Very dangerous, but I brought over another lifeguard to reinforce. And my cavalry's just going to run around in the back for now. So you can see here comes my artillery up onto this ridge, and I'm actually going to position them better over here. Just moving them over, moving my guys out of the building now. And in the front, not a lot going on. This guy's shifting his troops some, so I'm taking some skirmish shots. And on Mike's end, I am taking my Uhlans and hitting the Prussian general. And there are cuirassiers right here. I just didn't expect this guy to notice in time, and he didn't. And I don't think I actually killed his general. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. There he goes. But my Ulans are actually going to go down now. No, I'm running them away. I don't know if they make it. Don't remember. But you can see just kind of what's going on here. More of a straight shootout. They're kind of shooting the hill. Only some rounds making it through, and a large fight in the woods on the flank. But you can see now it's pretty much quiet on this flank, except for this skirmishing is going to open up again as I move in. And I'm bringing my last unit out of the house now as reinforcements to the far right. I've got to shift these guys because this foot unit that I routed with my cavalry had enough men to come back from routing easily, and I'm going to have to shoot them down. But my right flank, although having won and now turned this flank, we are very depleted except for this unit here. These guys aren't that badly off, but they've still got a lot of fighting to do. So I'm just trying to, I can't send any more reinforcements this way because I do have to fight the British in the center. And it doesn't help that he has foot guards in this house here, which in order to really effectively get them out, I am going to have to storm. But then, of course, there's my artillery here too, so I can shoot the house down, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And you can just see the firing across the line. He keeps doing what I could not afford to do. And really, when you think about it, he couldn't either, and you'll see that in a second. But he keeps trying to plug this left and reinforce it, so he's pulling skirmishers away. Now, which I am shooting at, you could see a canister volley come in there, because my artillery is now set up on the hill, firing down the British line. And these guys here are actually having a pretty interesting fight with this foot, both sides trading a lot of casualties, but my men are going to end up winning. And you can see these guys running array away now. Fail at speaking there. And right here, this was a mistake. My Jaegers just moved up right behind my lifeguards, who I had just moved forward, so I think they may actually, I don't know if I noticed in time. Yep, they're going to shoot some of my men in the back. Although I am going to correct that soon. But that's never a situation you want to have, shooting your own men in the back. But here I am lining up, and you can see I dealt almost no casualties to that foot guard. So I'm going to turn my artillery on it, and you should see them firing here in a second. And I forgot they were on canister, so I'm going to switch them to the round shot. I saw them shoot like that, and I was like, yeah, that's not helping there at all. Here's these lifeguard firing again. But basically, at this point, I have now pushed up in the center because all he has here is a few foot units and his skirmishers, and I've still got most of my line. And with him shifting everything to the left flank to hold it, that's opening up the center for attack. And these guys were out of ammo, so I am charging them forward. The good thing with melee charges is it does stop your opponent from shooting as well, so I can use that to stop these guys from firing for a second so I can get more shots. And now my lifeguards are moving forward as well. You can see I'm shelling the house. It's to 16%. He's going to run out of here soon because he can't afford for that building to blow up and destroy all of his men in it. My musketeers now firing on these foot. But over here, what this guy's going to do when he realizes his center's weak, he does have the skirmishing, and I do too, but not anywhere near as much available to me over here. So I have to run forward my musketeers, and I don't want to take time shooting these guys down. Russia's perk is melee, so I'm going to charge these because Lightfoot cannot handle Russia in a melee fight, and he's just going to keep trying to pull back and keep shooting me, which was the smart thing to do. And over here, some fencibles charging my Moscow musketeers, who have very funky uniforms. But fencibles, being pretty much militia, aren't really going to stand much of a chance. You can see some of that fighting going on. And they're going to rout. On Mike's side, still a bit of fighting going on. Mike's pretty much won. What's left of his opponent is down here in the woods, really. But on my side, this battle, just because of how good the British troops are, although I do have them outnumbered at this point in time, although earlier on it was pretty much even, just the use of the artillery and the quick flank there allowed me to destroy all of the foot guards pretty much, except for this one, who is going to charge my artillery. And I was trying to get off a canister shot in time, but I don't believe it's going to happen here. Right about to fire, and that's when he hits. So there goes my artillery. They did very well that battle. They saved this flanking maneuver, which pretty much saved my fight. I've still got these Jaegers here, who I now have turned firing at these foot guards, because they are a major threat. But you can see, I definitely at this point in time have more units. It's just the British, with their statistics, are very good. They're not, you know, easy to rout, and so they are still going to hold. And once again, I'm just trying to get into melee with these Lightfoot because they can deal a lot of damage while firing, but in melee they stand no chance. So you can see we're all moving up here, and this is what he kept doing, withdrawing, which really, as I said, although it's annoying to fight, it's the smartest option for him with me having more line infantry. And right here, I have Jaegers lining up, along with my musketeers, to attempt and shoot down this foot unit, who can easily outshoot my musketeers. But with the combined fire, we can take them down. And now, it's kind of funny, earlier on, I, set aside a certain number of units, and I took the right flank, got all the way up to here. And while there are still some of those original units there, what he did is he kept pulling units from his right flank over to reinforce the left of his line, and that's going to allow him to actually win here, but me to win on the left. And overall, he just didn't have enough troops. And the thing with this is, right now, I have my Moscow Musketeers charging in. They're going to catch both these guys, rout them. The only thing, by running away, at this point he knows these units are dead. It's just that these are two of my most folly units left, and I have to take them away from the actual line fight. And if he routs these units, he has a chance with a good volley to actually win, especially if these lights do enough damage. So he's just trying to stall me, but I'm going to manage to outshoot him with the combined fire of Jaegers and my musketeers. Those foot guards there, though, I believe these guys were out of ammo, so he's going to have them start going forward on a charge. And Mike's side is pretty much over, aside from this building, which he is now storming. There's the British artillery. Really didn't affect me at all in that battle. Let me check that, actually. Yeah, that's why, look, he positioned it behind a ridge, so it's just shooting the ground the whole game. Although those shots are making it through. But now at this point, I've mopped up those Lightfoot, so I now have an 100-man unit of Moscow Musketeers moving in to reinforce this line. I've got my general back here, along with my musketeers, and we're gonna kill those Lightfoot, and then these guys will be behind them. Those foot guards just routed, and my musketeers and Jaegers accurate fire. By that I mean the Jaegers, not the musketeers. Their fire accuracy sucks, but I'm gonna manage to take down this foot unit, and that's the end of it on my side, as this artillery unit is going to rout pretty soon, just from the rest of the people in the game routing. So that's pretty much that. Hope you guys enjoyed that battle. I've got a lot more to come soon. Some cool 3v3s. One of which, well, you guys will see, but it is basically going through artillery hell. Rules, we always play with the rules, max 5 lights, max 1 artillery, no fixed, because a lot of times if you don't give artillery, people will actually leave games. I personally don't like bringing artillery, but this time I just experimented with it. Usually I do bring a howitzer just because I feel it's necessary to at least artillery duel the other person, sometimes a 12-pounder foot, but those were the rules, and our opponents, will just say, did not abide by the rules at all on a map that very much favored them not doing that, or, well, doing what they did, but not abiding by the rules, And here comes my general staff. He's going to end the battle. So this artillery is going to go, and that's going to be it. Both enemy generals are dead. Here comes... This is not Mike's cuirassier unit. This is the last unit of his opponent. So I'm running my general away. That's the only reason that's going on. And my line infantry here is going to line up and shoot in a second. Moscow Musketeers. We'll speed up just for a second to see these guys get into correct line. See, I charged my general again when these guys ran away. Now I'm running my general back, trying to get my musketeers to line up and get a shot, which they are going to do, and it's going to rout these cuirassiers because there's no one left on the field. So, once they took a few losses, that's pretty much it. And there you can see the statistics. Mike and I both losing a large percentage of men. We each really did not lose that much less than our opponents. But that battle I am going to kill the most, and actually lose the least. I also deployed the least, except my opponent. See, as I said in the very beginning, my opponent and I were 100% evenly matched, aside from, statistics areas. 1,581 men for me, and same for him. My best units here going to be my Moscow Musketeers, Lifeguards, Musketeers, all that good stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed that battle. Expect a lot more soon, and thank you for watching.